Hello fin lovers, it's Mr. B and welcome back to my channel. I realize it's been a while since I've posted any videos, so I've decided to resurrect my YouTube channel. I thought what better way to do that than to show you what's going on inside the fish room, what breeding projects I'm working on, and some interesting news that's going on within Mr. B Aquatics. So sit back, take a look at what we have going on, and we'll see you on the flip side. Okay, fin lovers, we're going to start the journey with the tank that was behind me, which is a 20-gallon long. It's a grow out for bristlenose plecos. There are blue-eyed lemons as well as super red calicos in here. There's also a trio of clown plecos. You can see the tail in the cave here. That's a clown pleco. That's a breeding project for the future. As we can see, we've got them of varying sizes in here. On the heater, on the rocks, there's some in the caves. Everything in this tank I am selling off. So if you're interested in blue-eyed lemons or super red calicos, drop me a message. We'll see what we can do for you. There is a male Santa Maria Endler back there. He was part of a pair. I lost the female. I have another pair in the process right now. I just don't want to add two males to one female and stress her out too much. So I am going to let him sit here until I start to get a colony going, and then he'll get reintroduced. Down over here, these are not my fish. I am holding these for a friend. These are some sunset honey gouramis and some ember tetras. Over here you will see two of my brine shrimp hatcheries. I always have both going. I feed lots of live baby brine shrimp on a daily basis to not only fry but to also all of my cory tanks. They just love the live food, and the hunting of it just gives them something to do during the day. So yes. Down here, this is my black Schultze tank. In this tank there are approximately 15 black Schultzes. They have produced for me. I will show you some of their offspring shortly. But there are also some snow white bristlenose in here. You can see one right there growing out. Probably some in that log too. I just don't want to scare them. We go up here. This is a breeder box of some grow outs of the black Schultzes. They're looking very good. They're probably about 3 weeks away from being introduced to mom and dad. And then over here, in the back there, you can see it's a trio of Pseudomugil Gertrude Aru 2. These are also known as blue-eye rainbowfish, though they are not technically rainbowfish. These are some of my favorite fish in the fish room, and we will be seeing some of their offspring shortly. As we go down here, this is mostly my stir-by cory tank. There's also one lone male Vienna guppy. You can see there's several of these stir-bys. Over here, that's a male blue-eye lemon. I am probably going to be parting ways with him shortly. There is a younger stir-by right there. And in the back somewhere are two ranger plecos. Purchased them as mini rangers, but they are approximately 4 inches right now. I don't think they're mini. We go over here. This is a grow out for bronze cories. Bronze cories were a project I was working on for a while. And moving on to some higher end cories. So what I usually do is I bring these to fish auctions at the fish clubs. I've also been doing some talks on cory breeding, and I always make sure I bring a bag or two of these so people can bid on some cories. Cories are just probably my favorite species of fish that I have ever kept. I'm a very big lover of cories. You'll also see there's a couple of snow white bristlenose back there. Probably like 2 or 3 of them in this tank. I just need to move them with their brothers and sisters. Okay, so let's come over to the next section of the fish room. Okay, so this is a grow out tank that has my first batch of the Pseudomugils. Again, these are the Gertrude Aru 2s. There are 4 of them in here. And again, I cannot wait for these to grow up a little bit more, and I can put them in there with mamas and papa. Have a nice little colony growing so I can consistently produce. There are also some other ones in another grow out that were just born this week. We will see those shortly. The next tank we're going to look at is another grow out. This is a grow out violet cobra. These are being bred for Dylan from Veteran Aquatics. There are approximately 50 of them in here. They are throughout the tank, within the plants, within the filter. They're all over the place in here. These are a very nice strain of guppies. You'll be able to see the parents, aunts and uncles in a little bit. But for now, we're going to go over here. This is my snow white bristlenose. See if I can find them. There's about 13 of them in here. There's mom. Some of the offspring here. These were born in early October of 2022. So they are about 4 to 5 months old. Trying to see. There's 11 or 12 of them in here, but they do like to hide. My plan for this tank is to grow these up and be able to get some couples, some pairs, keep some of them so I can continue the strain, and then I will be passing these on to Dylan so he can be offering them for sale at Veteran Aquatics. Okay, we're going to go down here right now. This is one of my 2.5 gallon tanks that are being used as grow outs. And in the very back there, those dots are week-old Pseudomugil Gertrude Aru 2s. There's about 7 of them in here. There is a video in the pipeline for either next week or the week after that with a species spotlight with the Pseudomugil. So please subscribe and come back and watch that one. Over here, this is a grow out for my C125 Aspidoras spillatus. There's about 20 of them in here. Again, there's one you can see over there by the heater. There's another one there. They usually hang out by the filter over there. These are approximately 3 weeks old, so I'm going to give them some time before they get moved into the adult tank. Right next door to it, this is a grow out for my stirby. There's only 6 of them in here. Stirbys don't lay a whole lot of eggs, and by the time I saw them, there were only a small amount of eggs on the glass. So I was able to successfully bring 6 more into the world. They will be getting ready probably in the next 3 weeks to go with their mom and dad, as you can see them in the back. Down here, one of my newest tanks. It's a 10 gallon that has pygmy cories. And of course, whenever you're trying to do any type of videoing, they're always going to be in the back, but you can see them back there in the tank. There are 12 of them right now. I will be adding another 12 probably within the next day or so. And then hopefully within the next couple of months, they'll be big enough to start breeding. So we go over to the left. This is another 20-gallon long. This has a few super red calicos in here. My new Cory breeding project is these Malini Corys, also known as the false bandit or bandit Cory. I have 12 of them right now. I'm hoping once they get settled, we will start to see some breeding activity within the next few months. And then the guppies that are swimming around in here are the volcanic blue ice. This is a strain that I've been breeding for Dylan over at Veteran Aquatics. This particular strain is very hardy and very prolific. They do give several young within each batch, and they really haven't been eating any of the young. So while I generally pull guppy fry, if I've missed a few, they don't seem to go after them. So if that's what you're looking for, these volcanic blue ice, not only gorgeous, but they are also very good moms and dads. There's a couple of Blue Dream shrimp in the back. And then down to the bottom tank here. This tank, another 20-gallon long, houses the breeding group of C125s, the Aspidoras. There are about 15 of them in here. Most of them hide behind those particular rocks and filters. I am not going to bother them. I just did a water change earlier today, and I really don't want to bother them too much. There's also some super red calico plecos in here as well. And there's also a pair of Santa Maria endlers. This is the new pair that I'm working with from Dylan. As soon as we start to have some babies, the male from the other tank will be moved over here. Finally, over here, these are the ginger rubra guppies. I'm also breeding these for Dylan. These were originally from Rachel O'Leary's fish room, so I'm very honored to have some fish from her, though they weren't directly. But it's just a fish that is very gorgeous when you see the male. I'll try to see if I can get him to come up front. As soon as I bring the phone, you can see he swims away, but there he is right there. You're not getting the best. It's not focusing, but trust me, the male is a standout. Okay, a few more tanks to go. Okay, so this is another 20-gallon long. This is a grow out of my long fin green dragon plecos. These are approximately 1.5 inches. There's approximately, probably about 50 of these in here. They're all over. These will also be available for Dylan. For pricing and availability of these, I would contact Dylan of Veteran Aquatics. As we go down here, this is a breeding project that I will be working on in the next few months. This is my pea puffer tank. There's about 25 of them in here. What I am going to be doing is I will be giving some to Jen from Small World Aquatics. I will put her band page as well as Dylan's band page in the description. So she will be selling off some of these, and I will be keeping some, trying to unlock the secret code of breeding pea puffers. So we will go over some particulars in a separate video. Down here, I need to apologize for the light. Pardon me as I'm moving some things around here. This is my Wobbenmooster tank. And I saw him as soon as we got here. I don't know if you can see him, but there is a few young in here. This tank is a little murky. Unfortunately, my setup has the light probably a little too close, so we do get green water from time to time. Green water itself is not harmful for the fish. It's basically just algae. It's just really not nice to look at. These fish, you can see we've got two males. They're both in the cave. I don't see the female right now. She's probably hanging somewhere within this. Oh, actually no. She's right there. Another shrimp. So we will be doing another video on the Wobbenmoosters as well. But let's go on for 3 more tanks. Okay, so this tank is my L181 Peppermint bristlenose. And we've got a male in this tank. Second male, or sorry, into this cave. Second male is in one of these others. We have some older fry in the tank. These will be available from Dylan at Veteran Aquatics. Probably at the March swap of the Lancaster County Aquatics Club, which is March 25th, I believe. It's a Saturday. It will be held at that fish place in Lancaster County. In the back corner here we have some high fin Paleatus. This is a cory that I am working on for Jesse of Just One More Fish. So I really would like to get my hands on a few more, because when it comes to cory breeding, I like to have a group of at least 10 to 12. 2 more tanks. Okay, so this is another combo tank. In this tank right here, we have black Moscow guppies. These are being bred again for Dylan, Veteran Aquatics. Some really stunning colors on these, really nice fish, really nice tails. There will be some of these available at the swap we just talked about. And then down here, I don't know if I can get a shot. I'm going to try. There we go. Looks like that might be the best I can do right there, but that is an L333 King Tiger Pleco. I am growing 4 of these out, and I'm going to be working on these in the next 6 months or so. They've got a little ways to go to get mature, but these are the yellow variety. Again, these will also probably being bred for Dylan. And then the last tank, these are the parents of those gorgeous violet cobras that you saw earlier. This young lady right here, she doesn't have a bent spine. She's just a little on the old side. So it's not a genetic problem. When those fry age out, they will be placed in here, and there are probably a couple of pairs or trios that will be available with Dylan in March. And then finally down here, these are the parents of those long fin green dragons. We have some 2-inchers. The 2-inchers will probably make their way to Dylan. This is the nice male. This is the nice female. The male is in the cave. You can see his tail. I haven't checked, but it looked like before he might have been doing some fanning, so I might have to spin that cave around later and see if he's got some more young'uns getting ready in there. But as you can see, we've got some really nice size on these fry. They love to surf the bubbles. They love to hang out on the heater. Okay, see you on the flip side, fin lovers. So there you go, fin lovers. Everything going on inside Mr. B's fish room. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking and subscribing. Look for new content every Tuesday and Friday. And remember, you're going to need a bigger tank.